Well, suck it, because I'm a Floridian. I'm a local.
Yeah.
What are they?
Remember when this thing launched and everybody was up in arms about how it was, ruining, their ideal Epcot?
Just kind of funny because Epcot really hasn't had an identity for a long time, in my opinion.
And all the people that said that this isn't, this is a terrible disaster, I'm never going back. Well, where are you guys? Because I know where you're at. You're at Disney World. People saying, "Oh my God, I'm so outraged," and it's funny to me how this cycle keeps
We have
continuing.
short memories
Now nobody's saying
and no convictions, so yeah.
Welcome, Walt Disney World fans, to another episode of the Notcast presented by NotClub33.com. This week, we're talking Marvel in the Walt Disney World parks. That's right, the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. We've got a date for it, May the 27th. We just learned that this week. My name is Steve Rhodes, and this week I'm joined by Pat Neistat.
What's up?
Becky Wells.
Hey, how's it going?
And the Disney Cynic is here, Bobby Burchins.
Do your chain hang low? Do it wobble to and fro? Do it shine in the light? Is it platinum? Is it gold? Could you throw it over your shoulder if you had to make it go? Do your chain hang low?
Wow.
Never know what's gonna be.
That song was just as terrible in its original version as it is when you do it. Yeah.
I don't know.
You didn't make it worse.
I feel like I did, but I thank you for that kind of compliment. I don't get that very often on the show. So,
well, as you guys at home can see, it's fully spring now. The Masters is back, as indicated by Bobby's hat. Baseball is back in swing, but you know what's not back, guys? All the outrage over Guardians of the Galaxy and a roller coaster coming to Epcot, ruining the theme of Epcot, having a roller coaster in Future World, and blah, 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 blah. Remember when this thing launched and everybody was up in arms about how it was, ruining, their ideal Epcot? And now that we have an actual date for this thing launching, everybody's like, oh, I can't wait to get there. And in fact, annual pass holders are now sold out of even getting reservations for that day. So the only way to get a ticket for opening day for Guardians is if you're staying on property or you buy a day ticket. So the fake outrage didn't really come around. So what's with that? Oh, it looks like we have a volunteer who wants to go first. No question of who that is. It's Bobby Burchins. What's up?
So I think that a lot of the people who happen to be outraged by stuff when it comes to Disney have been distracted by several other subjects that have been in the news that I'm sure we're not going to touch base on today. And all of their outrage is being just expelled, kind of like the Exorcist, over in that sort of arena, which leaves this vacuum of not much going on, and everybody who just didn't want to have to deal with any of that stuff in the first place, they're kind of like, cool, we have a new attraction. This is something that we can all kind of hopefully maybe not complain about. And I think that a lot of people are kind of feeling that same way. Like it or not, with regards to the Marvel stuff being introduced to Epcot, Guardians of the Galaxy is just fun as a franchise. Like, I don't know anybody who's seen that movie and not genuinely enjoyed it. Chris Pratt is charming. Even Dave Bautista is charming to a degree with his character. All the people who are involved in that franchise have just genuine fun when they're on screen. And I don't see how we can't have genuine fun with something like this. So that's my theory as to why that is. Let's talk about the outrage when Moana, the Journey of Water, comes to fruition. That's when the outrage will return.
I don't know, because I think we've been down this road before. With even with Frozen, just to keep it in Epcot, when Frozen took over in the Norway Pavilion, people were talking about, well, it's not even in Norway, and blah 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 blah. Hey, have you ever been back there for the Frozen ride? Where's the line? It wraps all the way into England half the time now, and all the people that said that this isn't, this is a terrible disaster, I'm never going back. Well, where are you guys? Because I know where you're at. You're at Disney World. All the keyboard
they're in line
warriors
for the freaking margaritas over in Mexico is where they're at. I can assure
They're all Complain that they can't get on rides in
That's where I
Hollywood
go.
Studios.
They're also
Where they
there,
also
Becky.
used
I
to
mean,
hate.
yeah. Well, and I think that just kind of goes to the point of like we all say we're drawing this line in the sand and we're going to put our foot down or whatever about this with Disney, and then you end up going back 6 months later anyway and buying a park ticket. So if you really want to speak about something, then you actually have to do what you say you're going to do, or else we just keep this whole cycle of people saying, "Oh my God, I'm so outraged," and it's funny to me how this cycle keeps
They have
continuing,
short
and
memories
now nobody's saying
and no
anything.
conviction. So yeah,
I mean, listen, when it's like $65 a month for the annual pass holder, which is what I think Amanda and I are paying per person for an AP, you kind of just like forget about that.
well, only if you're in Florida.
I'm
You can't
serious.
pay monthly if
Yeah,
you're
but-
not in Florida.
Well, suck
yeah,
it, because I'm a Floridian. I'm a local.
Yeah.
What other?
Yeah, but the majority of park guests aren't Floridians that are paying monthly. I mean, let's just be honest. And the
Right,
you
but
don't
that's
see
where the
any
outrage-
of that same outrage.
I would also say though that some of the local annual pass holders are the most ardent of Disney fans, so that's where a lot of outrage does come because believe me, it shows up in the newspapers here.
Well, they're the first ones that have already sold out their allotment. So
No,
that just
they're the
goes to
first
show
person
you-
in line, so they can buy the Figment bucket and then sell it on eBay. I'm just saying that, then they'll give the interview
Right,
to
but
Channel 6.
the annual pass allotment for May 27th is gone. It's
Yep.
completely
Sorry,
sold
that's
out
my
as the
fault.
recording of this show. But what I'm saying is that the annual pass. So all those people that are you say it if it's the annual pass holders doing the naysaying, they're the ones that sold out of their allotment already the fastest.
Oh, yeah.
But that's another show. Pat, what are your thoughts on the coaster itself, or if you want to talk on the outrage topic, or just if you're excited about this ride? Where's your excitement level? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to get on it and try it out. But I think the outrage is just kind of funny because Epcot really hasn't had an identity for a long time, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I think with the different IPs that are coming into Epcot, and it's just kind of, at least Future World and all that isn't, it's kind of discombobulated already. So I think the outrage is, the reason why it passes is because it's not that big of a deal, and Epcot's kind of slowly becoming like the other parks. So
It's more homogenized, as we've talked about before. Becky, what are your thoughts on the Guardians, coaster in general? And did you have any of that outrage?
No, and not that I remember. I mean, I guess yeah, maybe I did. So I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it, and I like it, and I'm excited for it. So
yeah, me too. I'm in the same boat as you. I mean,
Camera 1,
it's
camera
another
2.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's another coaster which we don't normally get at Epcot. So I mean, I'm on board with it. I'd say my excitement level is probably like a 7.5 out of 10. I'm biding my time for Tron. That's the one I'm gonna go all in on. But I think this is cool because it's going to be the only iteration of the ride. So I'm really
Sure.
I'm amped for
based on
Guardians.
some of the
Yeah.
stuff I've heard is like some of the people that claim to be insiders. This is supposed to be like one of a kind, like a big, people are really excited about it inside Disney. So to me, that gets me excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby, you pumped for the ride?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a little bit terrified, if I'm being honest with you, because a lot of the newer rides have not been, fat guy friendly. But from what I understand, this one doesn't seem to have the same sorts of fears. So yeah, absolutely, I'm thrilled. I'm terrified for Tron. Super stoked about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Try don't take care of you, bro. I think they have those seats in the back or whatever. If that's what
God, I
you're
hope
really
so.
concerned with, but, yeah. But overall, I think Bobby, you actually have park reses for the 27th. Is that the day
Yes,
that
I
you're
do.
in the park?
And I got my email today, as a matter of fact, to register for pass holder previews for Guardians as well. So I'll get to see it ahead of time, and then I'm probably going to go not ride it and just watch people fight in line. That's my goal, is to get
Awesome.
some of those Disney TikTok views and everything like that, and bump up our TikTok
Nice.
presence.
By TikTok presence, Bobby means Cynics on Disney.
true.
Their podcast is linked below. They also have a TikTok page. You can get all that over on the Cynics on Disney links in the description down below. And
Mater does a lot of cool
if Bobby's
shit.
going to be in the, and if Bobby's going to be, he's going to be previewing it. So you're doing a new thing. I guess we'll talk about that. You dropped it on the podcast, but for the listeners of this show, you're going to be doing a new thing. If you want to tell everybody at home what you're going to be doing on the Not Club 33 social media.
Yeah, so we timed it out from Epcot. Turns out it takes us exactly 45 minutes from car to home and getting into the driveway. So we figured, what the hell? We'll do like a live stream type thing on the way home. Talk about our experiences at the park each day. On the podcast, we tend to review just one thing, and then we just never really like touch back on it unless there's something significantly different that we need to go back and review. So for all of the repeat stuff that we've done and everything like that, this is a way for us to say, oh, hey, we rode this again, or hey, we ate at the boathouse for the 5th time in the last 10 times that we've been out over to Disney Springs, and it was still delicious. It's a way for us to kind of talk about that kind of stuff. Plus, we want you guys to interact and ask us questions. Give us suggestions as to where you want us to go and where you want the podcast to go as well. Plus, it'll be my opportunity to put my foot in my mouth as well. So we'll see how live goes. It'll be fun.
It'll be Bobby live on the Not Club 33 social medias. All of our social medias are linked down in the description below.
This is me in a cage, by the way, guys. Just remember that.
Yeah.
So,
If you want to be notified when videos such as Bobby potentially going on Guardians of the Galaxy are uploaded to this channel, hit that bell notification icon and you will know when things like that drop. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe. It's free to do so, and it really helps us out here at Not Club 33. Hit that like button. It lets YouTube know to spread the word and get this video out to more people like you. For everybody here at Not Club 33, have a great day.